this is Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers, and I am excited to be here with my first ever YouTube video to show you my kit reformat. I am really excited to share this with you and also a little bit nervous. I'm really pleased with how it turned out and I hope that you all love it too. Before I jump into actually showing you the stickers, I want to talk about a few things. So first of all, when I reopen my shop on May 8th, I will be open again on both Etsy and Shopify. There will be the same selection available on both sites, but prices will be better on Shopify. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually lowering my prices on Shopify. So for quarter sheets and half sheets, those will both be lowered by 10 cents each on Shopify. So quarter sheets were $2.50 before, they'll be $2.50 on Etsy, and they'll now be $2.40 on Shopify, and half sheets that were $3.75 before will now be $3.65 on Shopify. Add-ons are still going to stay at $1.50 on both sites, and that's pretty much the pricing changes. And that'll become relevant as I talk about pricing on the new kits that are coming out. The other thing is just what goes into thinking about a kit reformat. So I did a survey, I got your feedback, I looked at each and every response to the survey that I got, and I also get a lot of feedback throughout the year of things that people wish that I would add or do differently. So when I get that feedback, I note it so that I can keep it in mind when I'm doing a reformat. So all of that, your feedback plays a big part in what's going on here. The other thing too is just, when I design stickers, honestly, the person I'm designing for the most is me. I'm thinking about what do I want, and I use my own stickers every week. And so my own feelings about this go into that, and I'll talk about that some as I show you the reformat, some things where I was like, I really want this. So I think the final thing that I really thought about was I want a lot of flexibility, and I know that people really like having a lot of a la carte options, having lots of add-ons, so you can kind of build your own weekly kit with what works best for you. Today, compared to a year ago, people are using so many different planners than they used to be. So that was something that I was also trying to keep in mind, was what planners people are using today, the changes in planners, and being flexible to a lot of different kinds of planners. And so that is what went into my thought process. So with that said, I'm going to take you through the new kit. So to start off, here is the essential sheet. And I should say too, the kit that I'm showing you, this was the artwork that I used for the anniversary freebies last year. And this has been hands down probably the most requested artwork that people have wanted me to bring back. So this is one of the kits for July. And I should say too, I'm releasing 6 new kits in this format on May 8th. I just love the format so much I couldn't help myself. So this is the essential sheet. The first thing you should know is this is the old size of the essential sheet. So this sheet is bigger. This is a half letter size sheet. So it is 8.5 by 5.5. So it fits perfectly into a half size sheet protector. The other sheets are still going to be this smaller 5 by 7 size that I'll show you in a minute. So that's why pricing is relevant. So this sheet will be $5 on Shopify, $5.10 on Etsy. So it's a little bit of a bigger sheet, but you'll see the reason why I decided to make the essential sheet bigger was because it allows me to offer more options for different planners, which you'll see in a minute. And I think that the pricing ends up working out. Not a lot of people would just buy the essential sheet before, and I think now there will be people where this gives them everything they need and it's a good option. So let's go over what's on here. So first you get your washi strips. These are 15mm strips, and that's a little bit of a change. These on the old format were 1/2 inch wide, and 15mm is about 0.6 inches wide. And so you can see it, it's cut there at the top. Then you get your full box that you can use in your sidebar. You have a weekend banner. So instead of doing a script that said weekend, I did a little banner. Then you have 7 patterned quarter boxes. So I know that having 7 matching boxes is something that's really important for a lot of people, so that if you have something like work or workouts that you want to mark every day, you can do that. And people also wanted more patterned boxes. So I went ahead and gave you 7 patterned quarter boxes, and these are, you'll notice too, I squared off a lot of things this year, and before I really liked rounded corners better, and now I'm gravitating towards squared off corners more. So you can see the boxes are squared off there. Then you get 4 half boxes, and that's a big improvement too, because there are only 2 half boxes on the essential sheet before. You get 4 of these fancy labels and 5 appointment labels. So that's what you get kind of for the regular boxes. You also get 3 of these little flag stickers that you can use in your sidebar or wherever. Then you get some dots and some stars up here, and then scripts. So before you didn't get scripts on this sheet, so that's a big addition. So you have laundry time, self-care, day off, no school, planner time, to do, this week, grocery shop, to go, payday, clean house, trash day, and to call. You also still get the 7 fork and knife icons here that you can use like for marking dinners. People said they really use these a lot, so I wanted to be able to keep those on in the kit, and I was able to move them onto the essential sheet. You also get several icons, and these are little cutout icons, and so there's a washing machine, a shopping cart, a laptop, a heart, a paw print, $, house, gift, trash can, car, and star. And then I had a little bit of extra space, so I put those little arrow guys in there. And the icons are sized so that they fit really well on any of the boxes, even on the smaller ones, so they layer really nicely there. And it's the same thing with the scripts, that they're sized so you can put them on really any size of the box, and it works really well. So this is the essential sheet. So then we move into what I did for the extras, and this is where things are a little different, although if you shopped the pre-sale, you'll see that it's not crazy different. So I have a sheet that has your date headers and your checklists on it, and essentially I know a lot of people want the date headers just as their own add-on, and the problem is if I do both date headers and checklists, that's a lot more sheets. If I do them as separate sheets, that's a lot more sheets that I have to make for every kit, and just isn't really logistically possible for me to do. So I really need to make them on one sheet, but I think this works out well for a lot of people. And I was also able to fit 2 strips of skinny washi on here. So I think that these sheets will be $2 on Shopify, $2.10 on Etsy. So I think it's a pretty good deal that you get your date headers, your checklists, and 2 strips of skinny washi. And I should say this skinny washi on here is 0.2 inches wide, and the skinny washi add-on, it's 1/4 inch wide. So it's a little bit skinnier here. So I have that for the Erin Condren Hourly, and this one, once I have the new planner in my hands, I will check. Like last year, the sizing changed just a tiny bit, so it's possible that I'll update the measurements on this a little bit once I have the new hourly planners. But there's Erin Condren Hourly, there's a standard vertical, so this is if you're using any other kit that is 1.5 inch wide columns, this is what you're going to use. So that's going to work in lots of different planners or inserts. Then this is for the plum paper vertical columns. So the plum paper columns are slightly less than 1.5 inches wide. So these date headers fit with the less wide columns, and then also checklists that fit in that lined vertical columns planner. Horizontal, this one will work in both the Erin Condren and the Moxie Life horizontal. And so the date covers here are a little different because these are less than 1.5 inches wide. They're narrower, but they fit right over what the day says in both of those planners. And then finally, the Moxie Life vertical, so it has the strip headers that have Monday through Thursday on one side and Friday through Sunday on the other side. So again, all of these, you get the 2 strips of washi, the date covers, checklists that fit that planner, date dots, and then I've got some little shapes thrown in, and you can see, those vary just depending on how much room I had on the sheet. Then we have the other main sheets for the kit, so full boxes. This hasn't changed too much. The big thing is, before I had 2 of these kind of functional full boxes on here, I realized as I've been using my own stickers in my memory planner this year, a lot of times I wouldn't grab the essentials sheet for my memory planner, and so then I only had 7 full boxes on here, which gave me enough to use one every day, but not in the sidebar. So I put 8 on here so that if you buy this without the essentials kit, the essentials sheet, you'll still be able to have enough full boxes to use for your sidebar and for every day. And then I just kind of mixed up the labels that I put down here. So these are just a kind of a different kind of label that has a little bit of a pattern on it. So that is what the full boxes look like. And again, this you can see the size comparison here. So this is a 5x7 sheet. And so this sheet will be on Shopify. This will be $3.65. This will be $5. Then you have the washi sheet, which hasn't changed very much either. So these are a set of 15mm strips. Then these are 2 sets of 1/2 inch wide strips. And then you get some skinny washi as well. And the one thing I did change up is the sets are different widths this year. So instead of being all the same, I think that a lot of people like the variety to be able to do different things with. So there's your washi sheet, and then the boxes sheet. And so the boxes is, if you've gotten one of my mystery kit formats, this is more similar to that sheet. And again, this came out of, for me, I use this sheet a lot in my memory planner, and I wanted more variety. And the boxes sheet in my old format didn't have a ton of different kinds of boxes, and in my memory planner, a lot of times I kind of got bored, so I changed it up a little bit. So at the top, you have these fancy labels, and these are quarter box size. So these are 1/2 inch tall, so they're a little bigger than the ones on the essential sheet. Then you get a bunch of quarter boxes of different kinds. So these are plain squared off ones, patterned squared ones, rounded, patterned. Then you have a row of third boxes, which again, in my memory planner, a lot of times I needed a box that was a little bit in between. So you get a row of third boxes and then half boxes. So you get both round and squared off patterned boxes. And then for these plain boxes, I wanted to do something just a little different. So these have an inset line on them. So just something a little different to make them just a tiny bit more decorative, but still super functional. So those are all of the sheets that will be in the main kit listing. And it's just sort of as an FYI that these will be in the main listing instead of as add-ons. I think that that's sort of where they belong. So just as you are looking for things. So let's go into the add-ons now. So the first add-on, and I should say the add-ons, all except for one, these will be priced $1.50, and that pricing will be the same on Etsy and on Shopify. So first we have a sidebar, because that is the big thing that was missing from the extras sheet that I haven't been able to carry over. Sort of this sheet has a lot of the same things, but not the sidebar. And so here's your sidebar add-on, and instead of having a stacked multi-habit tracker, now you get this, you get 4 individual habit trackers. So that gives you a lot of flexibility if you don't track tons of habits every week, and also could help you stretch the kit over multiple weeks if you wanted to. Then you get a Monday through Sunday box, a regular ombre full box. And then I wanted to mix things up a little bit, and especially because if you're using, like, depending on the number of habit trackers you're using, you might have a different amount of space left in your sidebar. So I wanted to give you some different kinds of boxes that you could use in your sidebar and would add a little pattern to the sidebar. But you could also use these in your main weekly spread. So this is a third box that has 3 little checklists, and this is a half box that's got like 3 little stars, but you can still definitely check off through those stars if you want to. And then you get a bunch of headers. So the headers you can put, like with the habit trackers, with these boxes, you can use them for a lot of different things. So you get to do, this week, dinner, errands, and don't forget as the headers. So that is the sidebar add-on. Then probably the most requested add-on was a script sheet. So here are the scripts that I am offering. And so we have here family time, happy birthday, order takeout, payday, self-care, sleep in, clean house, date night, trash day, day off, planner time, run errands, budget check-in, water plants, weekly reset, doctor appointment, movie night, nail appointment, sick day, lazy day, tidy up, pay bills, meal plan, hair appointment, laundry time, recycling day, and grocery shop. So I tried to, there were other scripts that you all requested, and I really fit as many on here as I possibly could. I think that these were the most requested ones, and I think will be really useful for you. The other thing, because I had a lot of people who said like they want to have all their scripts that match. So the other thing that I'm really excited to announce is when I reopen, you will be able to get custom scripts that look like this. So I think that if you got a custom script for something that you needed to use pretty often, that was in this format in black, I think that you could mix, because these have black in them anyway, I think you could mix all black scripts in this format really easily. So I'm really excited to have that option too. Then the next add-on are doodles that match the kit. So these are, all doodles in the kit colors, and I think give you a nice variety of things. So you get 3 of these sticky notes, and these are about 1 inch square. So they're just kind of a different size than regular boxes and add some variety. And so the doodles that you get are a scale, planner, grocery bag, laptop, bills, shoe, books, phone, TV, balloons, a little word bubble with a heart in it, a couch, dollar bills, another laptop, a house, an alarm clock, a laundry basket, coffee, a spray bottle, nail polish, a box, a sticker mailer, a bed, a trash can, and a car. So I think that these doodles really cover a lot of what you might use in a week. And just to add something kind of fun but matchy to your spread. All right, then we have appointment labels. This is almost identical to what I offered last year. And the skinny labels on the essential sheet from last year, I feel like were the most polarizing thing in my survey, that they were the number one thing that a lot of people said they never used. But then there were also people who were like stans for these stickers and said they always use them. So I did take them off the essential sheet, but they're definitely still available on the appointment label add-on. Then I have a plain label add-on, and this was a sticker that was on the essentials from last year. It didn't make the cut for this year, but this was really requested that a lot of people wanted an add-on to be able to get a bunch more stickers in this format. So you can see you get a ton of labels on here, and these are 0.375 inches tall. So it's a pretty versatile size that you can use in lots of different places, and I think people will like these a lot. Next, we have patterned quarter boxes, and again, you can see that these are squared off, and yeah, so you get they're designed in pairs, so you get 2 of these different patterns, and those are the quarter boxes. And quarter boxes are 1/2 an inch tall. Then we have the half boxes, which are inch tall boxes, and again, you can see that they're squared off, kind of keeping in the theme here, and 3 of them are solid color, and 3 of them are patterned. Another thing I should say while I'm talking about this is that another change I made is on things that are patterned, I've made the white more opaque in the middle, so you can still see the pattern, but it's less bold, because I found that with some of the patterns, it almost showed too much, and I felt like when I wrote over it, it wasn't showing up well enough. So, it's more white in the middle, but you can still see the pattern through it. Next, we have the ombre boxes, so the exact same thing as last year, just reformatted so they're in a strip instead of in a square. Then we have the functional full boxes, so again, pretty similar, but these are squared off now, and the format of the sheet is a little different. Bottom washi is exactly the same dimensions, nothing has changed with the bottom washi. So on the bottom washi, you get 2 strips of this thick washi that works well at the bottom of a lot of planners where there's extra space, but you can also use this like on a notes page or in a budget, something like that. And then the skinny washi, also the exact same thing, nothing has changed here. So these strips are 1/4 inch wide, and you get 6 strips. Then next I have glitter headers, and the glitter headers, why I included these will become clear soon when I reveal a new product that I am going to be offering. But if you're not familiar with glitter headers, so each of these, they're cut within this. So there's 7 headers of each color. And these are 1/4 inch wide. And so these are ideal for like if you're using a vertical planner or vertical inserts that have like those thick shaded lines, these fit perfectly over those. You can also use them to like divide up your day. You can layer a script sticker on top of them. If you want to like make a to-do list, you can put a glitter header down and then put like to-do and then put your checklist under it. So there's a lot of different things you can use them for, but the idea is they're just kind of decorative coordinated headers, and obviously they're not real glitter, it is just a glitter pattern on here. And then the last add-on I have, and so this is the one that's priced differently. This will be $2 on Shopify, $2.10 on Etsy. So not that much more expensive, but it's a slightly bigger sheet. So this is Deco. The Deco isn't available for every kit because it depends on the artwork that I am getting and what's available for the artwork. But for the 6 new kits I'll be releasing when I reopen, 4 of the 6 will have a Deco sheet. And I asked on Instagram about sizing, and it sounded like most people wanted smaller Deco or a mix of small and large Deco. So the initial sheets, I'm giving you a mix. Please give me feedback on the size of the Deco. I don't really use Deco, although maybe I will now. So I don't have a good sense of what the ideal sizing is like, but you can see that like these small ones fit really nicely on a quarter box. and the larger ones you can like layer on a half box like that. So that's kind of what I was thinking in terms of the sizing, but please do let me know what you think about the sizes so I can take that into account going forward. So that is my kit reformat. I hope that you like it. I put a lot of thought into it. I'm really happy with how it came out, and I can't wait to start planning with it. Again, my shop will reopen on Saturday, May 8th at 9 a.m. Central, and I will be doing a little sale for the whole shop to celebrate the reopening and thank you for your patience these past few months. And I will have 6 new weekly kits in this format, so stay tuned to see some sneaks of those new kits. I do plan to post on YouTube throughout the summer and hopefully beyond. I'm not sure what my posting schedule will be like yet, but please subscribe so that you can catch all of my new release videos and behind the scenes sneak peeks.